David, I was talking to some investors and we were bouncing around the notion of why do 86% of investors only have one property investment. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, look, I've not actually heard that figure before, but
Okay.
it doesn't surprise me in the least. I know on our portfolio, the management, most of our owners only own one property.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, and you know, I think that there's a number of reasons behind that, but I don't see that there's a great deal of logic behind it.
Why do you say that?
Well, the reasons that they're only one is I think that there's an element of sort of laziness.
Okay.
Not laziness, but apathy, possibly.
Yeah.
And owning a property requires you to actually be involved in management, not just giving it to a property manager, but you need to actually be involved in working at it. The lack of logic side of it is you can't retire on one investment property, and that's not going to build your retirement wealth. Now, obviously, some of the people on our rent roll only have one property with us. They might have something in Sydney, they might have something in Melbourne, in which case that makes a lot of sense because they're not putting all their sort of eggs in one basket. But you know, there are a lot that only have one property.
See, and I think when I look at what's happening out there, part of that is also what I call, and I declare freely that I'm biased, what I call the negative gear lie.
Yeah.
When people find out that they need to spend $300, $400, $500 of their after-tax income on what I call feeding the dragon, meaning paying towards the property in the hope and pray of getting capital gain. Now, if I look back at Sydney, where 7 years there was no capital gain. I don't know about anybody out there, but my Ministry of Finance would severely question me by paying $300 to $500 of our after-tax income into a property and then seeing nothing for 7 years. So that creates an creates a reduction in lifestyle that also contributes to people only having one property.
Look, the negative gearing discussion and the sort of the common craving that negative gearing is the right thing to do when building a property portfolio is one of the things that's clearly limiting people from investing in two properties, because they can't have two properties or three properties or four properties that are all negatively geared unless they're earning extraordinary amounts of money and paying a lot of tax. I think that there needs to be, and I know you look at it very carefully, there needs to be a better examination of positively or neutrally geared property in order to build wealth for retirement.
And this is exactly what David and I were discussing. Why don't we put on an information session, no big sales pitch, no nothing of that, an information session where we can come together with investors that have one investment property and show ways, show possibilities of how you can structure a portfolio.
Sure, why not? I mean, we can only help.
Yeah. So that's the invitation that we're putting out there. If you can make it into the room, that will be fantastic. We will also put it together as a live stream. So for people that register to our seminar, you can hop in online and join in. We will even facilitate questions. That will be all fun. So yeah, there's an opportunity to listen to one expert and one statistician.
Look forward to it.
Thank you very much. We will provide a link where you can register, and let's go with that. Looking forward to seeing you. Thank you, Dad.